It was my senior year of high school, and I had just graduated, and it was the summer after, and I had been getting to know this girl, and she was a very nice girl, very beautiful, and we talked a lot, and after a while, we started dating. Um, and then 3 days later, after we were dating, uh, I asked her if she wanted to come hang out, and it was later, and it was probably about 11:30, and I knew she would probably have to sneak out. And I was just like, yeah, I'll come over, pick you up in my car. I'll sneak you out. So she said fine, and headed over there to go pick her up. So I was heading over there, and I was texting her, keeping in contact with her. Just I was going to tell her when I was outside and when to come outside. And and about probably 10, 15 minutes later, I was over there. And I pulled into the neighborhood, and she was outside of her house already. And she came, and got in my car, and everything was going great. Pulled out of the neighborhood and started heading down this long two-lane road. And, kept going, just talking, making small talk, enjoying ourselves, talking about where we want to go for the night and stuff. And I see this car pull out of her driveway, or out of her neighborhood, and I'm just like, oh, haha, joking about how it would be, or might be her dad, and that he's going to come get us. And so I'm looking in my rearview mirror, and I'm just like, okay, wow, this guy's kind of coming up fast on my tail. I wonder what his problem is. So we just, keep talking, everything's fine, and then this guy, he's pulling up to me, and he's probably within 5 feet of my bumper, and I look in my rearview mirror, and it's her dad, and I freak out, and she starts freaking out, and she starts asking me, what do we do, what do we do, what do you do? And I'm like, I don't know, your dad, he's gonna kill me. And so I'm buying my time. It's probably a 45-mile-an-hour road, and I was probably going about 20, 25, trying to buy my time and see what I could do. And basically, we kept going for about a couple more minutes, and until we hit a stoplight. And I thought this is the end of the road. I didn't want to make any quick moves or anything because I didn't know what he would think or do. So yeah, we stopped, and he got out of his car and started coming towards my car. And he comes over to my car and starts pounding on my window and is like, let her out of the car, let her out of the car. And I'm like, oh, just calm down. Let's go meet in the parking lot over there. Resolve things over there because I think, he'll cool down a bit by the time we get over there. So I keep telling him, go to the gas station. We keep quarreling back and forth. And then finally I just was like, whatever, and unlock the door. So he opens up the door and pulls his daughter out by the neck, and then comes in and starts choking me out. And then it's probably for a good 10 seconds, and I don't know if it was instinct or what, but my eyes started to close, and I think he thought he was choking me out. He was gonna kill me or something. So he backed off a bit, and then for a split second, he just stopped and looked at me. And then after that, he cocked back and punched me right in the mouth. And then was like, don't you ever come around my daughter again? Don't you ever come over to my house again? And kept yelling at me. Then he shut the door and sped off. And then, the adrenaline's pumping in me, and I don't know, I'm shaking a ton. And I call up my friend, and I'm just like, my girlfriend's dad punched me in the face. What do? I'm bleeding all over. And he was just like, he didn't know what to do, and I was like, I don't know, I just wanted to tell someone. And so I went over to the gas station and asked them for some ice and napkins, put it on my lip to try to stop the bleeding a little bit, put down the swelling. And I had a good 15-minute drive with one hand on my lip, one hand on the wheel, And I get home, and I didn't have the keys, so I knocked on the door, and I told my mom, Mr. Mendez punched me in the face. And she's like, oh, okay, well, let me look at it. She was trying not to freak out, and my mom freaks out at a ton of stuff. And she just like, just don't tell your father. I don't want him to go crazy. And my mom worked at a hospital, so she looked at it, and she knew right away that I was going to need stitches because the cut was pretty deep. So she brought me down to St. Catherine's, the walk-in clinic, and they checked me out and said I was going to need 4 stitches on the outside of my lip and 1 on the inside. And I explained to them what happened, and because of the way it happened, and I was underage at the time, I was 17, and he was obviously overage, and he hit me, that's assault on a minor, so they had to get a hold of the police, and I was trying to be nice. I said, no, I don't want to get the police involved. I don't want me and this girl's, relationship to be screwed up, or friendship, or anything. And I tried to get the police involved as little as possible. And, they still had to be because it was obviously a pretty big thing. So after that, I talked to the cop and just went home for the night. And, well, me and the girl, we pretty much haven't talked since. And that's all. Yep. Lesson learned. Don't date girls with crazy fathers.